So we're in Lanzarote at the moment. Right here we have the Insta360 Ace Pro. Right here we have the GoPro Hero 12, and we're going to be doing a comparison between the two of them. This video is sponsored by Insta360, but there's nothing I can really, mess with here. I'm sponsored to come out here to do a few videos, and this is one of them. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of them underwater. The GoPro is in 5K in HDR, the Insta360 is in 4K in HDR. And we're going to go underwater them, and you're just going to have a look at what they both look like. They're both on auto white balance, so we're going to see how they cope. I do recommend, if you're filming underwater, to turn on the lock, so when you go underwater, the water doesn't change your settings, do any weird stuff. Apart from that, make sure your lenses are clean. And yeah, I mean, I'm right here, so the cool thing about the Insta360 is that I can actually see the screen. So when I'm around in the water, I can see like the fish. So there are a bunch of fish right there, and even when I'm underwater, I can move the screen up and down, so I can basically see where I am. Now this place is fantastic, and it is a beautiful place to check for fish. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's go underwater and explore all of this. Got some nice fish right down here. Look at that. Just those big fish. And there's definitely some fish over there, like all over them. Now, if I put these underwater, let's see if we can catch them. So the first thing you're going to notice here is that the GoPro is a lot warmer, and it's almost yellowish. Now, I have had this problem in previous comparisons, and if you look at other people's underwater video, you're also going to notice that the GoPro does get warmer, more yellow, a little bit more turquoise, whereas the Ace Pro is much more realistic when it comes to the colors. The water underneath the water, if that makes any sense, did look much bluer like it does on the right hand side. So that's what it looks like in really shallow water. Now we're going to get it in a little bit deeper. So under the water here, I found an area in Costa de Geese in Lanzarote with a lot of fish. It's a really cool little lagoon, and I thought they would be cool to film. Now we're going to zoom in so you can see just how sharp both of these are in 100%. The GoPro is on 5.3K and the Ace Pro is on 4K. The GoPro, like I said, does look warmer, and the Ace Pro looks cooler. But the Ace Pro, if you look at it, is much sharper. There's a lot more clarity to the actual Insta360 Ace Pro. It also seems a little bit brighter. Now, I will in a second color grade the Ace Pro so that it's much more in tune with the GoPro, and that's really easy. Just to use a couple of sliders just to make them look the same, and then I'm going to do the same with the GoPro. I'm going to color the GoPro so it looks much more like the Ace Pro, so you can then really get an idea. You can pause the screen and you can see what they look like color graded in the same profile, more or less. So I've tried to make them look similar here, and as you can see, the Ace Pro is much sharper, much sharper, and it seems that it's doing a bit of a better job underwater. Now if we color grade the GoPro, you can once again see, if we look at that man's shorts, if you go back and you pause it, you're going to see that the Ace Pro is much sharper. There's a lot more clarity. It just feels like it sees a lot better underwater. And this isn't just the sponsorship talking. You can check out other reviews, other underwater comparisons. The Ace Pro is way clearer underwater. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about the Ace Pro having a problem with close focus. The GoPro maybe has more focus, about 5-6 centimeters closer, but you don't notice that underwater. Right here underwater, you notice that the Ace Pro just has more clarity, and I do prefer that underwater. They're both on HDR, by the way, because I did a lot of tests and I found that HDR looks the best underwater, and especially if you have a sunny day like here, all those sunspots look a lot better. Funny enough, the GoPro is actually fogged up a little bit, which is a little bit weird on the front screen. Now, what's really also interesting is how they both act when they're out of the water. How is the audio? I know that when I pull out the Action 4 out of the water, it takes a little bit of time, but the GoPro has a tiny little kind of water kind of drainage
which is pretty cool. I have no idea about the Insta360 Ace Pro. This is the first time I have it underwater. Let's carry on going that way and see what we can see. I'll do some shots of my feet so you see them walking under the water and stuff. Let's keep on going. Next time I feel like for like this jellyfish and
Another thing to notice is the sound. They sound completely different underwater. If that's important to you, then I don't know which one sounds better, but I have noticed the Ace Pro sounds a lot better as soon as you pull it out from the water. The GoPro needs a little bit of a time for all the water to come out to drain from the actual microphones. That is a problem. I find it to be a problem. The DJI Action 4 actually drains a lot faster as well, so the GoPro seems the worst when it's coming straight out the water. Your voice will be muffled and sound a little bit odd, whereas the Ace Pro sounds almost perfect as soon as you pull it out of the water. Now, if you look here, you can see that the people on the Ace Pro are clearer, the fish are clearer. The GoPro just seems like it's a little bit kind of smoky, misty. It's not as clear looking further and looking at those fish or the sand as the Ace Pro. Now, both cameras are fantastic, don't get me wrong. I don't think you'd have a bad choice in buying either one of these to go underwater. I've been a fan of GoPro for many years and I love their cameras, and I really enjoy the Ace Pro cameras. Now, if we look at me running or attempting to run, because I could hardly touch the ground, then you can straight away see now on the skin tones that my skin on the Ace Pro looks a little bit more natural, but it is a little bit cooler. I am British, so I do have pretty white legs, whereas on the GoPro my legs are much more yellow. Like I said, this is something, and you could see earlier on, that you can correct very quickly. It's not a problem. It's just which one looks better to you, which one feels better to you. To me, the Ace Pro does feel better just in terms of the sharpness.
Right, something down there that I probably don't want to step on. Let's have a close look.
If you have any idea what this is, do comment below, because I almost stepped on it and it looks horrible. It's got little spikes, it's kind of sluggy, it just sat there waiting for me to step on it so it could eat me. Once you take both of them out of the water, you can see they both look fairly good out the water, but when you put them back in, the auto white balance once again changes everything, and the GoPro once again is much more yellow. So at the end of the day, it's really quite a personal preference if you prefer that or this. I'm just showing you what they look like underwater.
Right, now you can get a dome for the GoPro, which is really cool. I don't think Insta360 make a dome. It would be cool if they did. Then it gets like half in water, half out of water kind of view, which is really cool. If you try it like this, it just feels kind of impossible to do. I keep on burping seawater. Anyway, we're going to circle back to those crazy fish over there.
So once again, towards the end of the film, I wanted to zoom in to 100% so you can get a really nice close-up of the fish, because they have a lot of detail on them. And if you do pause the video in 4K, you're going to be able to get a perfect picture of which one looks clearer, and I will put my money on it that you're going to see the Ace Pro looking much clearer and sharper. So if you're looking to dive, just everyday diving like I've done here, no crazy scuba diving 30 meters underwater, then this camera is a really good choice. Both of them are a good choice, but if I had to choose right now, it would be the Ace Pro that I will take with me to just do some fun family stuff and snorkeling underwater, capturing the wildlife, the ocean life that is happening under there. Now, if you ever do go to Costa Geese, this is, I might link it down below in the description so you can go there. It's a nice place to spend with your family. The water can get about 3 meters deep, but around the edge of the beach it's like a meter and a half, so kids can snorkel and have fun safely. So do let me know down in the comments below which one you prefer, which one you like, and what experiences you've had with the GoPro Hero 12 or the Insta360 Ace Pro underwater.
Right, that is about it for today. It's been a long film. I know it's a sponsored video by Insta360 against the GoPro Hero 12, but you basically see, you get what you see. Nothing odd going around here. I know there's been a lot of weird stuff going on, but like I said, this is sponsored 50,000 times, and yeah, it's basically just the GoPro Hero 12 against the Insta360 Ace Pro underwater. I think they both look pretty similar. I know the Hero 12 makes it look a little bit more turquoise looking at it, and the Ace Pro makes it look a little bit bluer, but you know, it's stuff you can change later on color grade. So yeah, have yourselves a lovely day, and I'm gonna get back to looking at the fishies.